this church. Come experience the Lord for yourself. Come experience the Lord for yourself. FWBC. Come experience the Lord for yourself.
You may be seated in God's presence. I want to put a tag on this section for a few moments with your prayers. I'd like to use as a subject from which to preach a new beginning for a happy ending. A new beginning for a happy ending. If I had to do it all over again, fill in the blank. If you were allowed to do a do-over with your life, what would you do differently than you did when you were stuck on stupid? If you had to do it all over again, you would not have missed all of those exits off of Fool's Freeway. If we had to do it all over again, and let's keep it real, I don't care how big your Bible is and how holy you're trying to look on Easter, all of us have something back there that we wish we had not done. We've gone some places we wish we had not gone. We did it with some people we wish we had not done it with. And the question right now is, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently? I guess I can put it like this. I don't know about you, but sometimes I wish that life was like shooting for a movie. During a movie, when you were shooting for it, if you mess up your lines, at least the director can say cut, and you can do the scene all over again. Would you like for God every now and then to say cut? That meant you never dated that fool. Cut. That meant that you didn't lose that money. Cut. That meant you stayed in school instead of quitting school. Cut. Are there some scenes you would like to do all over again? I know I'm in your Kool-Aid, got your flavor, because all of us have made some dumb decisions, some stupid choices. All of us would like to do over some of the things that we have done. Think about how much more money you would have today if you had never hooked up with so-and-so. Think about how much better off your credit would be if you had not done what you did with who you done it with. Preach, Freddie, I already am. I'm simply trying to say all of us know something about being riddled with regret and haunted by guilt. When you think about who is being referred to here, we're talking about all the disciples who abandoned Jesus. We're talking about Peter who denied Jesus. They want to do the scene over because they messed up. Jesus was victimized by a criminal justice system that did not want justice but wanted to make sure that Jesus was strung up and killed. It's bad when the justice system ain't just. It's bad when the justice system, because perhaps the daddy of Zimmerman is a former judge, and the police want to do a favor to the former judge, and so Zimmerman is walking around while Trayvon is in the ground. It's bad when the justice system fails this nation. It's bad when the justice system ain't just. Well, that's what's happening in our text. It was unjust. Jesus was hung on a cross. The Bible says he died, but look what happened Sunday morning. The book says death didn't have the last word. Jesus had the last word. I think that's a resurrection shout right there, because whatever else the resurrection means, it means I don't care how bad your situation is, God has the last word. You may have come to church heartbroken today. God has the last word. You may have come to church with evil all in your life. God has the last word. You catching hell on your job. Your boss doesn't have the last word. God has the last word. What is the last word? If your haters are hating, here's the last word. He prepares a table before you in the presence of your haters. If your enemies are trying to jack with you, here's the last word. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. If you're running out of money and your change is strange, here's the last word. My God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory. God has the last word. Hey! I got to slow this train down because I got to give y'all, watch this, where I got my subject from. I got my subject from T.I., the King of the South. I like T.I., and T.I. gave me my subject for today. I knew you would like this subject, okay? So I said, let me get this subject so that my girl, Sister Ware, can really like this because she likes hip-hop. And so, you know, T.I. is cold-blooded. T.I. ain't no one on the corner has swagger like us. I'm liking me some T.I. because you can have whatever you like. I mean, I'm down with T.I. because T.I. is so cold that T.I. will simply say, even if they trying to hate on him, my community I'm serving, though they hope I don't succeed, hear me speaking so intrigued. Is he snitching? No, indeed. I'm feeling me some T.I. You like that, Hundi Ware? I'm feeling me some T.I. is a cold brother, but T.I. knows what it's like to mess up and want to do some do-overs, because T.I. didn't just mess up. Guess what? He was a repeat offender, but don't you judge him. For some of y'all, we repeat offenders, ain't we? We said we wasn't going to do it no more, but then we got away from that thing, began to think about that thing, and said, you know what? I got to go back, forgive me a little bit more of that thing. Repeat offender. So I don't want nobody judging nobody like you better than somebody else, because you ain't. All of us done messed up again and again and again and again. And so watch it. Here's T.I. T.I. finds himself, thank you, dog. T.I. finds himself going back to prison. He should have been receiving, what, a BET award. But instead, he gets caught. He goes back to prison. But watch what happened on the last day as he's coming out of prison. He tweets this message. I was so moved by this message, I had to download it on my mental computer. And now I'd like to sermonically print y'all a copy. Listen to what T.I. said. T.I. in his tweet, it's going to kill you. Don't shout, because I got to give you the sermon. But in his tweet, watch what T.I. said. T.I. said, the sun is out. The storm is over. Shawty, it's our time to shine. Welcome to the new beginning of our happy ending. And all I'm trying to say, when you walk with Jesus, every day is a new beginning towards your happy ending. When you walk with Jesus, I don't care how much you messed up in the past, it's time for, is there anybody here who's glad for a new beginning towards your happy ending? Hey! So watch it. I feel you talking to me. You saying, Freddie Haynes, you in my Kool-Aid. You done called out my flavor. Because, man, if I had to do some stuff over again, I wouldn't do it. But you just told me I can't do it over again, but I can still have a new beginning with a happy ending. Oh, that's some good stuff. So you're asking, Freddie Haynes, how does that work? I'm going to give y'all 3 and I'm through. I got to quit real quick. Let me give you this real fast, okay? Number one, the text says, this is going to shout you, but don't shout because I gave you 2 more, okay? The text says, there is a future beyond your failure. Oh man, that's good. There's a future beyond your failure. You can't fall so low that you fall beyond the grip of God's grace. You can't mess up so much that God can't convert your mess up into a bless up. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Matter of fact, can we just have a little shout break right there and think about all the mess that we've done, and God converted our mess into a miracle? Is there anybody in here who could say, listen, neighbor, if you only knew what I used to do. Matter of fact, you'd run around this church shouting for me, because there's no way in hell I should be up in church today. But God looked beyond my faults and saw my needs. Okay, I need some honest, real folk in here who would talk to me. Because let me tell you something. I don't care how holy you are. Now and then, we lose our way. Now and then, we do some stuff and wonder, what the hell was I thinking about? Every now and then, we get lost. But here it is. If you belong to my God, God says just because you're lost, it doesn't mean that your value goes. It just means you need to be found again. You know, I got that from this week. I was in New York, your city, man, your city, Judge. I was in New York, and there in New York was a story, watch this, of a sister who lost her diamond ring that had been handed down to her by her mother. Lost it. And you know, she's mad because she lost that ring. She's hurt because she lost that ring, but she didn't give up. What she did, she looked through trash in the home, trash that was put outside, trying to find. She got dirty trying to find that ring. Discovered that, watch this, the trash people would come and taking it to the city dump, and she went there. And she went there looking for the trash, through the trash, and she got dirty and smelly trying to find, watch this, that thing of value, because even though it was lost, even though it was trash, it still had value. And once she found that ring, she cleaned that bad boy up and took it back where it belonged. Now it's with her. Now it's where it belongs. And guess what? That ring began to talk to me, because you know Shakespeare said there are sermons and stones. Jesus said, if these hold their peace, the rocks will cry out. So if rocks can rejoice and stones can give a sermon, you know a ring has a revelation. I said, ring, would you tell me your story? The ring said, oh yeah, Freddie, I got lost and I was in some trash. I didn't belong in trash. But see, don't judge me, because if you get lost, you end up hanging with trash, dating trash, sleeping with trash, giving yourself up to trash because you're lost. But here's the good news. My owner did not give up on me. And because she didn't give up on me, she went through trash just to find me. Y'all still not getting this thing. When Jesus left eternity to come all the way from heaven down through 42 generations, he had to go through trash. The Son of God came down to earth, and in trash he died. But the good news is he did it because we belong to him. And I may have messed up, but I still have value. I may have been in the trashy place, but I still have value. Is there anybody here who will say, that's my testimony? I've been trash, but I'm not trash. I'm treasure because of who I belong to. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. I'm giving y'all good stuff. Y'all missing your shout. I'm going to go ahead and quit. One more. Here it is. I'm done. Go tell my disciples and Peter, meet me in Galilee, going ahead of you, just like I said. Because here it is, my promise for your possibilities is greater than the junk in your past. He says, I'm going ahead to meet you, just like I said. I'm going ahead to meet you, just like I said. So based on the fact I said it, live in the power of my promise. You messed up, but the promise is still intact. You made bad choices, but the promise is still there. You've done some stuff you wish you hadn't done, but the promise is still there. You've been to hell and back, but the promise is still there, because God gave you a round-trip ticket. Whatever you've been through, here's the good news. God's promise has not changed. Even if you have changed, the promise is still there. I'm done.